I'm a full-time photographer. I have a photography business, and as an expansion of that, a full media and graphic design business based in Nehalem here. So based rural, where I grew up. It's only a population of like 280 in Nehalem. But in media, nobody really cares where you're based anymore. Yeah, most of my clients I seek out because I appreciate their ethic. I tend to focus on food and agriculture because that's important to me. This land is where I grew up. It's where I was born and grew up, and so it feels like my place. The property is 15 acres. About 9-ish of it is pasture land that we lease out to a neighbor dairy farmer.
What are these two incredible goalposts
Poplars.
of trees?
Those are poplars.
That's like 100 feet.
It's 98 feet. I measured it with the drone once.
Well, this is such a fertile part of the world, isn't it, really?
It is.
I haven't seen rain yet. Is this
You got here in July.
Does it not rain in July?
It doesn't rain much.
Do you sell any of your produce?
Emily does. She sells flowers.
So is this your domain, this garden?
Yeah, this is a cover crop. This is Austrian winter pea and oats, and did a good job over the winter. We have a pretty mild winter here, so it's we have more rain than anything else. I mean, we'll have a few frosts, but it's not that cold. It's fun because both the tops and the flowers are edible, so yeah, I'm gonna put them on the salad. I have these and a number of other edible flowers, and I do cut flowers, and I have a couple local accounts in town, so I do weekly flower bouquets. I do custom orders for like events.
How did you two meet?
I took a job at a nonprofit near here, and part of my job was just to get to meet people in the agricultural community around here, and also since he's from here and interested in food and ag, he was the person I was introduced to. And then I loaned him my tiller to actually till a patch over here, and the story continues.
For us to casually do it, Emily and I, we grow enough food to sustain ourselves mostly throughout the year. We buy dairy products and olive oil and a couple of other things occasionally, and then trade for our meat for the most part, either our services, photography, or whatever else, or vegetables. And we eat well. We feed a lot of people. We have potlucks. There's a lot of new energy and different types of farming and young energy.
I have been really impressed with the community that is out here. There's a fantastic community that's involved with nonprofits. There's a lot of diversity out here too, right? So I think there's definitely a differing approaches and opinions, but I think with most issues that people disagree about, a lot of our core values are the same, like family and and doing good in the world and things like that.
Here on the property, and then this was all evergreens, so we had a logger that lives just down the road come in and take out the evergreens, so we had solar access. We thought there was going to be less to rebuild, but it turns out that the entire floor structure of the cabin was rotten.
Did you build this deck?
Oh yeah, that was the easy part.
Oh.
This was our low stress
compared to all the
building.
dumb stuff we've done. The deck was a piece of cake. Mowing the yard's relaxing for me. Building a deck's relaxing for me.
It's true. We're getting better. For the first couple years that I lived out here, I'd heard about how great the river was for swimming, but I never went there. And on a day like today, I'm gonna go swim at the river after we're done talking. So.
Did you work today?
Some weed whacking. We put up the bird netting to cover the blueberries.
You must have a community that really supports buying local.
Oh yeah, that's very important.
We
too.
do, and we also have tourists that support buying local because of getting Portland and Seattle tourism by and large, and more in the last several years, a pretty big European block of tourists as well who seem to enjoy the market. originally from North Central Indiana, born and raised, and I went to college in Western Illinois. I mean, I was raised in cornfields and wheat fields from farmers that are growing like thousands and thousands of acres. My brother-in-law's family farms about 8,000 acres, I think, between what they own and what they lease of corn and wheat and soy. So to have small local farms and local food available in markets, it's just not as predominant in the Midwest as it is out here.
Yeah.
And also, look, like, this,
Right.
it's really beautiful out here.
We got done with Peace Corps. We had an opportunity to go anywhere we wanted to in the world, basically. And we like outdoor stuff, like hiking and backpacking and kayaking and all that jazz. And some of the other places we were looking at also fit the bill. Like we were looking at Colorado and North Wisconsin, and there's a couple different places. But the one thing this area had that the other places didn't have was the robust farm scene and the access to land through my friend's aunt and uncle. And like, you know, all the people you saw last night at the party, they're a really vibrant community of interesting, progressive, conscious people with lots of diverse skills.
Is it safe to say the farming scene here is more social than where you're from?
I think that's pretty safe to say, because as agriculture shifted in the Midwest and it's gotten larger and larger, you know, you have to be self-sufficient. You can't share equipment, machinery, time.
We have a walking tractor, and it's not here right now. And that's because one of our friends is using it to till our field right now, because we all share stuff like that. And
Right.
it's cool to be able to give as well as receive. It's like, and it's cool to give other people the opportunity to show compassion to you as well. And I think that makes the fabric tighter.
Yeah, you know, you asked if we had a strong do-it-yourself ethic, and maybe too much, but also like our house wouldn't have been built without our community. So we had 2 magazine subscriptions in my house. They were Reader's Digest and National Geographics, and like I just wanted to see what there was to see and read what there was to read and explore the world. And so this is a good place to do it. It's a good place from which to do it, as far as like exploring the natural environment that's more intact here than it is in Indiana. And you know, there's a lot of the world that comes here for what it's got to offer. So that was one of the best parts of doing the farmers market. You meet really interesting and wonderful people from all over the place. So I kind of found a place that I feel like I fit. There's space for me here to be whatever I decide I want to be at any given moment.